I took
All right.
notes.
Just for the record, tell me who you are.
Stephanie Ranade, Krider, Executive Director of Ohio Right to Life.
What's your reaction to what you heard today about this legislation?
Well, I didn't fully know what to expect coming over here, but the fact that Ohio Right to Life is mentioned by name as being an organization they consider violent is just incredibly offensive. I would love to know exactly at what point in my lobbying career for Ohio Right to Life they felt threatened by what I have said on behalf of the unborn. I think that, they even mention the word annoying in regard to what pro-lifers do. Annoying speech is still free speech. It's still protected as a First Amendment right. Sorry that it bothers you. Sorry that it disagrees with you. That doesn't give us any less of a right to speak our minds.
What's your reaction to what happened in Colorado? I mean, has the rhetoric gotten too much?
I don't believe so. Obviously what happened in Colorado is an absolute tragedy, and I would never downplay that. But there's really no evidence to show that that man acted on political motivations specifically. He was a loner. He lived in a cabin in the woods with no electricity. Those are all the red flags for someone who's going to go commit something awful like a mass shooting. I don't really see the nexus. I don't see the connection. I think it's a very tenuous thread that they depend on to connect me as a pro-life person to that man.
Is it just the nature of the abortion debate that it's going to be heated? Is that just...
I think so. If you look at it from our perspective, from a pro-life perspective, abortion is violent. It already is a violent act. And so we never, ever condone violence in the course of our mission of advocating for the right to life. But people have very strong opinions on it. And I think it's utterly tragic that, any form of violence would happen at an abortion clinic. But at the same time, they referenced a brick being thrown through a window at the Toledo clinic. Well, you know what? Ohio has a severe heroin issue too, and burglaries have increased because of things like drug use. So I don't know that you can just make all of these connections carte blanche.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. So do you support like a buffer zone then? I know you said it's inappropriate for these protests, but these protesters cross the line pretty often.
Yeah, I don't personally go to protests like this, so I guess I don't know specifically what happens. But I would say that 70,000 Americans spent the summer protesting at Planned Parenthood clinics across the country without incident. And so I think that is much more indicative of where the pro-life movement is at. The Supreme Court has already ruled on these buffer zones. I think actually they have some inaccuracies in what they said has already been upheld by the Supreme Court. I may have to go back and look that up to give you a firm answer, but free speech is still protected in this country. I think they referenced Creative Equal. I don't want to speak on behalf of Creative Equal, but I know no organization better versed in their First Amendment rights than Creative Equal, and I can guarantee you that whatever activity they're doing is not crossing those boundaries.